What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Hey, happy happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Come on in. Come on in. Come on. You can get with this. You can get with that. You can get with this. You can get with that. You can get with this. You can get with that. What? Uh. You can get with that, y'all. Yeah. Uh. Uh. Hey, yeah, that's what we're talking about today, guys. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. Some of y'all don't know about that. That's old school hip hop. So, what am I talking about? You can get with this. Hey, I'm still talking about finance, baby. I'm talking about how to get over your fear, anxiety, and doubt about money so you can live your best life. Yeah, yeah, that's that groove in the old school. That's right. This Friday. That's right, Mickey. So, hey guys, you can get with this or you can get with that. That's what I'm talking about today. So, happy Friday to you. Thank God it's Friday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. And my name is Alex. Of course, I'm sharing with you two tips and strategies to help you get over your fear, anxiety, and doubts about money so you can live your best life and leave a legacy for your family. That's what I'm always talking about. That's what I'm always sharing. So if that interests you, please consider liking, subscribing so you can get new updates and other people can get this information as well. So, guys, what am I talking about? You can get with this, you can get with that. I always share with people and tell my clients and my customers all the time. Your money is going to serve a purpose. Your money is either going to make you wealthy or it's going to make someone else wealthy. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. And so, your money, you have to decide how you're going to utilize your financial resources. Are you going to continue or are you going to spend them in a way that other people get to utilize, get your money, right? Because of consumerism, because we're buying stuff, we're spending money on expenses and liabilities. See, I talk to so many people all the time when I'm coaching and consulting with clients. They say things like, I can't save money, and I don't have any money left at the end of the month. And that's the reason why I'm talking about this on a Friday, because if you got paid today, man, I hope you are paying yourself first. We have to get to a position where we're paying ourselves first. If you pay yourselves first, then everything else that's left over, guess what? It can be used however best you see fit. So if you pay yourself first, you never have to worry about exercising extraordinary willpower or discipline. It's about setting yourself up for success. See, by paying yourself first, then that means you just you don't have to worry about, man, am I going to make the right decision in the moment where I may not be feeling a certain way, where I may not be feeling extra disciplined, right? I know that's not a word, but you may not be feeling it. You might be feeling a little down. You might be feeling like you had a hard week, and so you need a little release. You need something that's going to pick you up a little bit. So you might spend money that you really shouldn't be spending. So if you go ahead and pay yourself first, guess what? You don't have to worry about these situations creeping up. Even better, if you pay yourself first and you automate the process. Meaning, what am I talking about? If you go ahead and set up when you go to your HR department, if you have a job, you go to the HR department and you say, hey, I want a certain percentage of my income to go to an entirely different account. And so that way you never have to worry about, the money coming to you and then you having to exercise discipline or willpower. If you work for yourself, if you're self-employed, for my self-employed people out there, the way you do it is you can say, hey, you can set up with your bank that a certain amount of money will come out whenever you set it up. Okay, whenever, whatever date or whatever reoccurring date you set, you can set up your accounts so money is automatically withdrawn or money is automatically taken out and is moved to an entirely different account. Okay, that being your savings account. So now you're positioning yourself in order, so you can have capital to make investments, so you can get rid of debt, so you can get to a place of preparing yourself, saving money for your child's education or for your eventual retirement. And so many times, like I said before, we make choices that a lot of times aren't in our best interest financially long term. And a lot of those things are driven by our emotions. Okay. So going back to, you can get with this or you can get with that. So I would highly encourage, if you haven't done this already, guys, this is absolutely the first step in order for you to have some type of financial freedom. This is the first step. You have got to put together a spending plan. You have got to write down how much you spend on a monthly basis on your different living expenses. You have got to know this, guys. If you don't have this information, you are in no position, you are not empowered in the least to start building wealth. You have to start with a spending plan. How much am I spending on a monthly basis? And in what categories or what areas am I spending my money in? Where's my money going? Who's getting my money? Where am I spending my money? You need to know that. That is first. That is first. That is off the top, off the rip, guys. You got to know this. And I keep saying this over and over again. And I'm going to keep saying it because guess what? The more and more I say it, people are still not hearing this. I know this might not be the sexiest thing to do. You might hear some people out there talking about cryptocurrency and Bitcoins and investing in this stock and that stock, but they don't have a budget. They don't have a monthly spending plan. So quite honestly, most people don't know how much money I'm spending in certain areas, how much money is going to waste, how much money is going to debt, how much money is going to interest to service that debt, how much money is being spent in areas that don't build wealth for me. And so once you get that together, let me tell you, just by writing down everything that you spent money on for 2 months, you do it for month one, and then you do it for month two, and then you look at, okay, what areas, how much did I spend on housing expenses? How much did I spend on transportation expenses? How much did I spend on my debt, credit card debt, student loan debt, cars, personal loans, whatever it is? Start writing those things out. How much did I spend on entertainment and food? And man, let me tell you something. It'll be eye-opening. It'll be an eye-opening experience. But I promise you, if you reframe how you look at this, if you reframe this, how you think about this process, and if you begin to reframe this thing as something that is fun, that is enjoyable, something that is enlightening to you, then you'll be much more likely to start going through this process each month. You'll start actually looking forward to it, and you can actually start having fun with it. Over time, you'll begin to see your priorities change and shift as you begin to realize, hey, you know what? Where I used to spend money, this much money here, guess what? It's not as important to me now because I have different goals. I have different values and I have a different mission now. And you know what? I'm now excited about putting my money towards that. And now I can begin to see the progress that I'm having. I begin to see my account balances grow. I begin to see that if I continue, I begin to see a certain amount of financial freedom for myself. Or I begin to see my ability to do more and have more impact in the world. See, it's all a matter of how you look at it. So, in terms of helping you to think about how you should be looking at this, once you get your budget together, I really, really, really want you to look at how you're spending your money, where your money is going. And then for each category, I really want you to do this. I really want you to look at each category and ask yourself, do does this help me or does this hurt me? You can get with this or you can get with that. Does the money that I spent in this particular category, does it help me get to things that are more important to me? Does it help me get to a place of building wealth? Does it help me get to a place of having financial freedom? Or is it wasteful? Is it me giving money away and giving someone else my financial seeds instead of keeping them for myself? So once you begin to go through and look at each category and you begin to ask yourself that question, and is this helping me or is it not? You will begin to see and ask yourself, what areas can I begin to cut? What can I take out? What areas can I cut back? And as you begin to go through this process, you will suddenly find that, you know what? I really can save some money. Maybe you can't save, 12% or 15% of your income. Maybe not. Maybe you can start with 3. Maybe you can start with 4, and you begin to set it up. You set it up where it's automatically coming out. And then you get used to going through that process. And maybe you do that for a month or so. And then you begin to realize, hey, you know what? I don't even miss it. My lifestyle hasn't changed at all. I'm still having the same level of satisfaction in terms of how I live. So you know what? I might be able to go ahead and increase my savings. And maybe you go from 3% to 4% or 4% to 5% or however much, right? And then you start to look and you start saying, okay, well, you know what? Maybe at the end of the year, I get a refund. Thanks, Mickey. Thank you. Maybe I get a tax refund every year. So guess what? Maybe you start saying, hey, if I get a bonus, if I get a tax refund or what have you, you know what? I'm going to take whatever it is and I'm going to set it aside. I'm going to put that in my savings. If you get some kind of windfall, whatever it is, and you put it in your savings account, then you start seeing this thing grow. And then I want you to look at it on a monthly basis, because what I want you to do is I want you to start seeing monthly budgeting, not as a chore, not as something that you absolutely hate, but I want you to start looking at it as something that you are excited about, because you start seeing your progress. And so once you get to a place where you starting to save money and you're gonna start sleeping a little bit better at night, right? You're gonna start, if I don't know about you, just being real and transparent. When you don't have money, or you're on the edge, you feel tense. You know that there are certain things that you can't do, or you start pinching off stuff, or you start moving in a very tentative way, right? You're not moving with the same type of freedom as you normally would when you have money in your pocket, right? I don't know about you, but I'm just being real. You know, that's that's how I that's how I felt at times when I knew I was living on the financial edge. So, guys, I want to help you get from a place of living on a financial edge. I want you to start seeing that your money is either going to make you wealthy or it's going to make someone else wealthy. And I want you to choose yourself. And I want you to choose yourself first by paying yourself first. Okay? Make a list of your expenses. Look and see what categories you're spending money in. Look at the areas where you might be able to look at the areas where you've spent money, and then you go through each category and ask yourself, is this helping me or hurting me by spending money the way that I've been spending it? And then I want you to start shifting some of that money. I want you to start asking yourself, what are some strategies? What are some ways that I can begin saving money? Right? How can I start cutting my expenses? Okay. And, if you are really serious about building wealth, it might require that you take some dramatic steps. Yeah. It might mean that you have to sacrifice a little bit. Yeah. But the great thing about sacrificing, when you're sacrificing to do something that's going to be for your benefit and your well-being, it feels so much sweeter and so much greater once you start having progress and you start reaching your goals. See, that sacrifice of not overindulging, of being able to stay on your eating plan or staying on your workout plan, staying on your savings plan and not wasting money in certain areas that you used to waste money in before. I'm not saying cut out everything that makes life enjoyable for you, because I don't agree. I don't think that's the best way to go about doing it. But when you start asking yourself, what's the best way for me to utilize this dollar that I have right here? Should I use it in a way that's going to help me, or should I keep giving it away, or should I give it away to somebody else so they can build their wealth for their family? Hopefully you decide for yourself. You decide to pay yourself. You decide to make sure that you save money for yourself. So, hey, listen, go through the process, put together track your monthly spending, look at the areas, look at where you're spending money, and then ask yourself, how I'm spending this money, is this helping me or hurting me? And once you start going through the process, and then you start developing, hey, what are some of the goals, some of the things that you really would like to accomplish in your life? When you start going through the process and you start saving money and you start paying yourself first and you automate that process, let me tell you something. You'll begin to see some things happen dramatically in your life from a financial standpoint. And you will not only be in your financial position will not only improve, but I can tell you your mental state will improve. You'll have a certain level of ease when you start building up that emergency fund. So that way you're not living on the financial edge. You don't feel like, hey, you know what, if I lose my job or if one thing happens in my household, it's going to throw me over the edge. You'll stop feeling that way. You'll sleep better at night. You'll probably be a better person to be around. You'll probably have better relationships with the people that you love because you won't be so stressed out and so tense. So that's what I want to share with you guys today. Today is Friday. It may be payday for some people, But I share that because, guys, I really want you to start choosing. You can get with this or you can get with that. I want you to start really choosing to 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 build wealth for yourself instead of giving your money to other people so they can enrich themselves and their family. I hope you choose you. I hope you choose to pay yourself first. I hope you choose to go through this process because I tell you, in the end, you will be in a much, much better place in life, and you will definitely enjoy the financial freedom you will be creating for yourself and for your family. All right. So take care, guys. God bless. I will see you next time.